The question of what it really means to save someone has been a constant recurring one in My Hero Academia. It's a question that cannot be so easily answered given the varying circumstances of your own morals and the general opposition at that. The series has gone above and beyond to show that just because the big bad is defeated does not mean there's a total victory. Those who may been affected by those villains might have to live with the traumatic experience or more. Eri was a prime example of this, given the arc that followed her rescue was an arc aimed directly towards the shadow that overhauled Cass and was so deeply rooted to her trauma. Deku is an MC that has captivated people's hearts by this notion of a kid who still doesn't know how to fully take care of his own body, going above and beyond to show just how far one person can go to save a life. He has done it time and time again and truly represents what it means to have the essence of a true hero. It's something that not every hero can have, and it's exactly why hero society itself has been led astray due to the glorification of the hero occupation. However, heroes in the public eye are not the only people who seek to do good, and that takes us into My Hero Academia Vigilantes. The main character of this series is Koichi Hamawari, aka the Crawler. Using his sliding glide quirk, he became one of the well-known vigilantes of the city, meeting even pros like Aizawa, Midnight, and even Detective Tsukauchi. Koichi is the type of person who I'd say has the qualities of a great hero. He is a person that Stain genuinely approved of, being a person who seeks to help people without the fame or money and simply wants to do the right thing. Of course, reputation comes with the package, given his reputation started to grow, but yet it was never his initial intention. Deku and Koichi are two MCs on the same side of the coin, but there is one crucial difference between them, being that heroic essence. What makes Deku Deku is the insane ideal to go and save one person even if it means hurting yourself badly in the process. This doesn't necessarily just apply to everyday people, as even now there is a huge question looming in the air in the current My Hero Academia climax on whether or not Shigaraki is somebody that can be saved. It's a question that will test the culmination of Deku's ideals, and it's one worthy of the future #1 hero. This type of mindset, however, cannot be applied to Koichi. The main villain of Vigilantes is a villain named Number 6, who just like Shigaraki was molded by All For One. Number 6 is the type of villain who lacked identity, and thus his arc comes from trying to make a name for himself but in a twisted sense. Wanting to surpass a former hero O'Clock, he honed his skills at an admiration that slowly became an obsession. This obsession to surpass can almost be compared to Dabi, though it's a bit more personal for the Todorokis. Number 6 would do anything to gain that identity for himself, and slowly but surely the confrontations between Koichi and Number 6 would close in as his loved ones became in danger. Koichi, as nonchalant as he is, had nothing against Number 6. He never wanted to have a nemesis or even be in the position to where he could be killed, but it's that lack of understanding between the two that leads me to the topic of this video. In the climax arc of Vigilantes, Number 6 has been defeated, but there's a certain line that he says before he passes on. As he leaves a permanent scar on Koichi, he tells him, "Every time you glance in the mirror, you remember the weight of responsibility, the meaning of existence, and the guy you couldn't save no matter how hard you tried." Reading this line brought one encounter immediately to mind, that being Deku versus Gentle. Now don't get me wrong, Gentle Criminal is nowhere near a true villain compared to Number 6, but it's more as to what made his and Deku's encounter so special that is absent in the Vigilantes climax. When Deku and Gentle fought, there wasn't anything out of hate or bloodlust in the mix, but it was a clash of ideals. Gentle Criminal is easily what Deku could have turned out to be had he not received the words that day, and the dialogue of the battle shows. They both have a dream to give it their all, to show that the people who supported their efforts were not wrong, and there's a moment within the fight that the two came to an understanding, and Deku was able to stop and save Gentle Criminal from truly diving into the world of villainy. For the first time in probably years, Gentle's emotions was understood by somebody else other than La Brava, and sometimes all you need is somebody else to understand. An exchange like this was not present in Number 6 versus Koichi. There was no real understanding between the two. It's more of a battle of Number 6 trying to force his ideals onto Koichi through all the plans he enacted, and Koichi was focused on protecting his friends. Again, Koichi is very nonchalant and he's not nearly as serious as Deku. It's not a bad thing, and in fact it's what makes Koichi a very enjoyable protagonist. However, it's because Koichi lacks that true heroic essence in comparison to Deku that he failed to save Number 6. Even in death, there can be a form of peace or acceptance, and yet Number 6 didn't really get any of it. There was no valuable final exchange between the two, just another one of All For One's pawns falling without fulfilling their own purpose. Chapter 123 of My Hero Academia Vigilantes marks the day the Crawler failed. Though everyone will consider it a victory given the big bad is defeated, in My Hero Academia's grand theme, Koichi failed. My Hero is a story far beyond the good guy beating the bad guy. It's something I've said many times, and it's something that we continue to see time and time again. Not everyone can have the insane tendencies of Deku or the heart to go beyond, but that's what makes Deku a true hero and enlarges the difference between him and Koichi as protagonists. I hope to see this failure something Koichi dwells on as we stride towards the conclusion of the series, and maybe outside of the scar he receives, there will be a real meaning behind the life of number 6. With that, it's gonna bring me to the end of this video. As always, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out, and leave all your thoughts on today's video down below. Stay safe out there, and I will catch you guys in the next video.